Good afternoon, folks. Happy Tuesday. The Knicks had a sensational second half. Jalen Brunson, 39 points, 16 or 18 of those came in the third quarter. He was struggling throughout the entire series, but game four, he finally let it up. He had 12 assists as well. He went 4 for 8 from the three-point line. I mean, Jason, everybody, once again, I'm here with Jason Guido.
What's
Jason,
going
how
on,
are you,
man?
buddy?
Good. What's going on, Mike? I'm good.
Jason, as we know, the Celtics, they live and die by the three-point shooting. The
Right,
first half, they were on fire.
right.
Jayson Tatum, he had a sensational game, 42
Mm,
points. Mikal Bridges, there were times he defended him pretty well, but
yes.
Tatum just had it going. He just had it going. And I want to give Mikal Bridges his flowers in this series. He's been electric, especially defensively. As a Knicks fan, I will tell you this. It is very rare for me to feel extremely bad, especially when it's a rival like Boston, when someone goes down like that. But I felt extremely uncomfortable seeing Jayson Tatum go down with apparent to be a right leg injury. That, to be honest with you, it left. I felt extremely bad. It left a bitter taste in my mouth because even though he's on the other side, even though he's playing for the Celtics, but Jayson Tatum is one of those players that for me, for me particularly, he's very hard not to like. And I respect the kind of performance that he had today, that he had last night. But you could tell that when he went down, that sucked the energy out of that team. And even though the Knicks, they were making that comeback and they were playing great in the second half, but when he went down, it's like the Celtics, the air just, went away, and then the Knicks just pulled away from there. And
Absolutely.
Jalen Brunson, obviously he led the team with what he did. But Josh Hart, he's a workhorse. Mikal Bridges did his thing, Cat did his thing, OG did his thing. Collectively, it was a team effort. But right now, I will say that yes, even though the Knicks are up 3-1, they're one win away from going to the conference finals for the first time in 25 years, which is crazy to think. But obviously, the job is not done.
No.
And but I just feel for Jason Tatum today. And I
Yeah.
just hope that, this doesn't hurt him going long term, because when it comes to an injury like that, you can only hope for a speedy recovery. So it
Right.
doesn't matter if you're a Knick or a Celtic fan. If you're a basketball fan, that's something that is very hard for you to watch.
Right. So, and then like the word coming out of last night and today is that he may have ruptured his Achilles in his right uh foot. That's the it's not confirmed, but that's what they're saying, which is a long-term injury just to recover from after you get the surgery. But we don't know that for certain. I checked a few minutes before we came on the air here, and there was still no official word. But that was the rumor coming out of uh, the Boston Celtics media last night and the New York media after the game was over. And yeah, he was, of course, he's their top play. He scored 42 points. I mean, the offense runs around him. He's a big three-point scorer. So yes, him going down is huge, and it's not just a twisted ankle. I don't think it's going to be something like that. So unfortunately for the Celtics, that looks like it's going to be a long-term injury.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely looks like he could be out. I mean, everybody's health is different, but with that kind of
But we'll
injury,
see. Right,
he most likely it will take him at least a year for him to get back
right,
into full mode. But again, we don't know how he's going to come back because this is a very serious injury,
right.
from what it looked like, and it just sucks. It sucks. But as for the Knicks,
That's what.
finally they had a game where they didn't wait till the fourth quarter to play catch up.
Right.
I like what they, even though, like I said, the Celtics had things going on the first half, but the Knicks just kept, hanging in, hanging in, hanging in.
Right.
And this is by far the best performance of the series for them. And now as the series goes back to Boston, again, you have to keep your foot on the gas. It doesn't matter if it's a 2-0
Right.
or 3-1, you have to keep your foot on the gas.
And I'm just going to add, right. So the Knicks, the Celtics had a hot shooting in the first half. The Knicks stayed in there. They were only down 9 or 10 points at halftime. I can't remember. And so I was like, okay, well, it's not terrible. They're not down 20 points like they were the other night. And about 6 minutes left in the third quarter, Bridges and Brunson really got the offense going, and they went on a run, the Knicks, and I think the Celtics took the lead one more time after that, like in the 90s, and then the Knicks were able to, pretty much finish the Celtics off with some good clutch shots by Brunson and Malik Bridges and OG, and of course Karl Anthony Towns. Everyone had a good game today, pretty much a good, decent game. All five started, including Mitchell Robinson was better. He played more minutes also, which was a big factor on defense. The Knicks also played a much better defensive second half, limiting those amount of 3-point shots that Boston took and made. And the Knicks were able to come out with a huge win. And going into Game 5, we'll see what's going to happen in Boston tomorrow night.
Yeah, the Knicks outscored the Celtics in the second half, 70-51.
Yes.
So them outscoring them, plus the Celtics missing a lot of threes in the second half, were huge difference makers. So for Game 5, what do you think the Knicks need to do in Game 5, especially in the first half?
Right. So I would, this has been like a theme with the Knicks in all the playoff games, even when they played Detroit. We would like to see them score more points and play a little better defense, especially against the 3-point shot in the first half, and not wait until you're down double digits to do it. That and you see how effective Malik Bridges is when he's on his game. He can make 2-pointers, 3-pointers. He can defend. You get him involved early. It's a plus for the Knicks, a big plus. Also, I would like to see a little bit more offense from the bench. I mean, that might be hoping for too much now, but if they're gonna win Game 5 and go on to win more games, hopefully in the next round, if they make it, they should. They're gonna need the bench to play and score points, not just run back and forth. So those are all keys going into Game 5. Hopefully, the Knicks will play a similar game like they played last night. Only the only difference being a more effective offensive and defensively first half. That's what I would hope to see.